Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we are taking a look at the Target Red Card exclusive Road Rage figure from the Kingdom line. For those of you not familiar with the character, she originally debuted as an e-hobby exclusive figure in the early 2000s. She's based off of the original artwork of Trax in the original boxes. He appears as a red flying car, not blue. And Road Rage is imagined to be a female version of Trax. Well, not really a version of Trax. She ended up being a bodyguard character. She's had very few appearances, mostly in the current IDW comic series where she's Nautica's bodyguard. In her original biography, I believe she's Crosscut's bodyguard. And because she is Trax, well, based off the Trax mold, she does come in this flying mode. That's the first mode we're going to talk about, because it's the biggest letdown of the whole figure. Yeah, I mean, it has a flying mode. Yay. It's not too good. First off, the gun, kind of like, part of the best thing about having the flying mode is, you know, you get these little fins and then all that, but when you put the fins up in the gun, it doesn't look well. On top of it, the black gun has to go on top there. There's nowhere else really to put it in this mode. I mean, you can put it here, I guess. Whereas really it should be on the underneath somewhere. Other than that, one of the biggest complaints I have is there's no flight stand peg in this mode. There isn't. And there is irony because on the other side of her crotch piece, when you see her in robot mode, if you flip open the crotch piece, I don't know why I keep saying crotch piece, but if you flip it up, there you do get the little hole that you can use for flight stands. But it is what it is. I mean, it's a fun homage to an obscure character, and I'm glad they did it, don't get me wrong. We're now at the point now where we just gotta assume anytime Hasbro or Takara makes a figure that it is going to be repainted. And thankfully, eHobby, back when they were still active. Sorry, recycling trucks going by. But when eHobby was still active, they were making some really cool transformation toys, Transformers toys, and based off the recolors and the die clones, just like you saw with Cordon and Spin Out, or even some of the other ones that they've recently made. But here we go. Here we have her in the Corvette mode, and it does look like an old style Corvette. You do get the flame on here. It's nice looking. It's decent. It's not perfect. These pieces do not stay on that well. So if you are moving around, you do have to adjust those. The feet, of course, make up the seat in there. But yeah, it is what it is. There isn't really much to talk about. You do get rolling. The wheels do work. And the weapons, of course, typically go here, but you can't plug them on the sides. Or if you really get fun, you can plug it down here, but it doesn't really work. But yeah, that's it for the vehicle mode. As far as the robot mode goes, the transformation is kind of fun, and I kind of hope that some of those stop motion reviewers out there do the Trax or the Road Rage transformation, mostly because of how the legs are done, and I'll show that here in a bit. As you know, on the channel, I typically don't show transformation. It is too annoying to do through a camera. I don't know how the other guys do that without going mad. Mad, I say. But as you can see here, it is a very tight piece. It is very, very well done. So basically, the legs here, open this up. To get the legs transformed, you have to kind of maneuver and do it in stages so that the feet come out and everything lines up correctly. And it is kind of hard to do. And I really like that it is a challenge sometimes. Not when I'm trying to film, but it is a neat transformation scheme where you have to try to make sure that when you twist everything, you do it at the right time. When you twist the leg down, you have to twist the thigh down X amount, and then from there, figure out what you're doing. And this is probably one of the more fun, challenging ones that they've done in a while. Reminds me a lot of Car Robots figures, or the original Robots in Disguise, whatever you want to call that series. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to hit pause, we're going to come back, and I will show off her robot mode. I'm an idiot. I completely forgot to mention the box. It's a box. Haha! Yay. It looks cool. I love the artwork. I think it's fantastic artwork. I wish these things came with cards. I know a lot of people didn't care for the cards, but this is one I would get. But yeah, it's a box. It's going in the recycling bin. I have no use for it. It doesn't do anything. Almost have her in her robot mode. One of the things that I want to show you real quick, and one of the things that I've been loving about the Kingdom line, is there is some really fun engineering. And parts where you don't expect there to be engineering. For her, she has the faux hood piece here that makes up her chest. You slide it out. And then it's just something simple as that. Something as easy and simple as just something like that that makes me like the toy. Now, it does have its faults. Oh, boy, does it have faults. If it had any more faults, it would be the San Andreas. It would be California. It would be the Ring of Fire. First off, if you don't have fingernails, folks, you can't grab shit. But yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of moving pieces on her, which is cool, because again, I like Transformers that give me some sort of challenge. Not insane challenges like Alternator's Grimlock. The less spoken of that toy, the better. But sometimes you just can't get this to line up. There we go. So here we go. We got her in a robot mode. And as you can see here, she's a robot. So let's talk about this figure. And some of the issues I'm having with it. So first off, right off the bat here, you saw just how you had to line up everything perfectly. And I still don't have everything lined up. This tab's supposed to go in there. Because of how fragile the plastic is, I don't want to force it and break it. And it is made out of clear plastic, so it is very, very fragile. So I'm trying to be as gentle as I can with it. The other big problem, the feet. Now, if you have Masterpiece, Trax, or Road Rage, and I happen to have both, you'll see here that the feet... Oops, stand up straight, sweetie. Or not. The feet aren't actually attached to anything. And what makes it less visible is there is some parts here that you can rotate to make it look like the foot is more attached. It still isn't, but it does give that slight semblance of balance to the figure and completion. She doesn't have that. She just ends up with these very, very detached feet. Which, you know, it's okay. I grew up with Generation 1, so I'm used to, you know, toys being weird and not being really functional. But just something like that is a little bit nerving. As you can see here, though, there is some other issues. This leg, now that I'm doing it on camera, it's not doing what I'm telling you. But this leg is really loose. And it's making it hard for her to stand. On top of that... Oh, there's the flight stand holes now in the back, which is useless for the flying mode. But other than that, I mean, she is fun. The whole reason I got her is I have the Masterpiece figure. It was one of the first Masterpiece figures I got, and I do really like it. This is a fun little, like, downgrade. It's a lot simpler, but it is still very reminiscent, and they definitely use the Masterpiece as a basis for the figure. As far as articulation goes, her wrists can go in and out, they don't churn. Elbow, go about that far. Straight arm. You can rotate. She can grow out. The wings do get in the way of some stuff. Legs can kick forward. Then there's forward knee bend. The crotch plate moves so you can get more pose. She can't do the splits. That tab came undone again. Again, these tabs do not like lining up that well. So I don't know if this is the same issue they're having on Trax or not. But then this whole piece comes undone too. Otherwise, it is a decent figure. You do get the waist rotation. Sorry, I forgot to show that. And believe it or not, if you do pop this out, you can manipulate this and turn it around and give her a little bit of more posability. As far as that goes, that's really it for the figure. I can't really recommend this figure for somebody who isn't a completionist or isn't a fan of the character, and considering she doesn't have that many media appearances, being a fan of the character is a little bit strange. Again, I only have her because I have the Masterpiece. I don't have the original E-Hobby toy. As much as I would love to have the E-Hobby toy, I'm not wasting my money on it. But just to show you how she compares to Masterpiece here, let's go ahead and bring the camera up. It's a new tripod, so bear with me. As you can see, just how she looks with what she's based off of. And, you know, it is a decent figure. It is. It's just not great. And there's a lot of quality control issues. She's got loose limbs. The fender parts don't stay together in robot mode or vehicle mode. The flight stand port is on the wrong side. But $20 versus, I don't remember. And there is definitely a quality and price difference. And if you can't afford to get the Masterpiece figure, this is a good stand-in. Although she is one of the cheaper Masterpiece figures you can find. But really, that's it. Not really much more to talk about than that. So thank you very much for watching. We do appreciate it. Please comment down below, hit like, hit subscribe, tell me what you like, what you didn't like, and what you want to see next. Thank you.